The FTX saga gets even crazier as now Sam Bankman-Fried's girlfriend, Carolyn Elson, has pleaded guilty to fraud charges. Also, too, guys, we got news that Google wants to build an entire Web3 ecosystem. And Mitch McConnell's bitch ass says the war in Ukraine is the #1 priority to Americans right now. Guys, we got all of this and more, plus the top crypto news stories of the week. So you're definitely going to want to stay to the end of this episode because I got all the stuff the mainstream media is definitely not talking about. Now, before we get started, guys, I'm going to play a quick clip. And this clip is some actual footage of the war in Ukraine, but not the perspective that CNN and the mainstream media is showing us. This is actually going to be the perspective of the Ukrainian soldiers. Now, go ahead and read the captions of what they're saying about President Zelensky in this war, and I'll give my thoughts. Check it out.
Хочу передати вітання пану Залужному та нашій зірці Зеленському. Що там, тепло у вас? Може, к нам приїдете сфоткатись? Може, хоч тоді щось пожити привезете? На відео ви кажете, що все у вас добре. Що у бійців немає потреби ні в чому. Хлопці, то може у нас і так тільки херово? А? Які, блядь, бойові завдання? Нас норки вбивають, а застуда та гайморит. Де підкріплення? Командування тупо ігнорує нас. Та ще гандони залякують, що посадять. Та саджайте вже. Тільки кажуть, що хлопці до тюряги не доїжджають. Запам'ятайте, ми обов'язково повернемося, ми виживемо. Тільки не заради перемоги, а для того, щоб повісити вас, підарів, в Києві на Майдані. І молитися, щоб росіяни до вас добрались першими. Так хоч може в тюрмі.
And guys, shout out to the YouTube channel Redacted. That's where I got that footage from. I think Redacted is one of the best news channels on all of YouTube, so definitely give them a follow. So guys, what we seen in that footage was that's Ukrainian soldiers that are no older than probably 18 or 19 years old that are telling you in the video they're being forced to go to war by President Zelensky. They're being forced to go to war. If they don't go to war, they go to jail, where they said most of the people die on the way to jail. So this is another endless war that the United States is helping to fund. Guys, check it out. Check out what Mitch McConnell said yesterday. It's absolutely disgusting. Providing assistance for Ukrainians to defeat the Russians is the #1 priority in the United States right now, according to most Republicans. That's funny because I don't know a single Republican or Democrat that supports this war besides, our people in Congress. That's a total of $100 billion sent by the U.S. in the past 10 months. The entire Russian military budget for the year is $65 billion. Guys, the Kremlin says the U.S. fighting an indirect war against Russia after Zelensky visit. So we are pissing off, I think, the second biggest nuclear superpower in the world with this endless war. And the reason why our politicians support this war is because they're making money off of it. The Mitch McConnells and Nancy Pelosi's, go look at their stock portfolios, guys. They own a ton of military, industrial, and war stocks. The mainstream media loves war because they're laundering money through Ukraine. They don't care about the citizens of Ukraine. They don't care about the Ukrainian soldiers. If they did, then why am I the only one showing this footage and CNN's not showing the other side of footage of the Ukrainian soldiers? So make it perfectly clear. I 100% stand with the citizens of Ukraine. I do not stand with President Zelensky. I think he's a warmonger. I do not stand with these monsters in Congress, Republican and Democrat, that are propagating this war and is going to lead us basically into World War III, possible nuclear war. Now, if you wonder why this is important, is because if you're invested in cryptos, well, for one, I think, switching to a Bitcoin standard, they won't be able to print dollars out of thin air to fund endless wars. That's one of the main use cases of Bitcoin. Now, as far as the markets go, the markets aren't going to really respond well into this situation with the war is figured out. I don't know what's going to happen at this point, guys. I'm just going to, pray for peace. And because I'm always going to be anti-war on this channel, and I'm hoping that the people wake up and stand against and speak out against this endless war that we've sent $100 billion. It's insanity. Imagine what we could do with $100 billion. We could have ended homelessness in this country. I mean, come on, guys. This is insanity. So, again, guys, until this is figured out, it's one of the, it's a catalyst that came up, I had this channel before the war actually started. So I'll continue to cover it, guys, and hopefully, peace prevails, because once we get peace, world peace essentially, and we don't go to nuclear World War III, I think the markets will respond very favorably. I mean, shocker, guys. War is not good for crypto markets. Anyway, so next story, guys. Next story, The SEC today charged Carolyn Elson and Gary Wang for their roles in a multi-year scheme to defraud equity investors into crypto trading platform FTX. Elson and Wang are cooperating with the ongoing investigation. So, guys, Gary Gensler and the SEC, Carolyn Elson, that's Sam Bankman-Fried's girlfriend. Now they be in charge. If I had to guess, I think they all flipped on Sam Bankman-Fried, and they're going to try to just blame everything on Sam Bankman-Fried, and it's going to all be his fault. And you know what's the craziest thing of this whole story, guys, is Sam Bankman-Fried is now being transferred to the jail where Jeffrey Epstein was held. Can't make this stuff up, guys. So is Sam going to get Epstein? Is this whole story going to die with Sam Bankman-Fried being a fall guy? Well, it's interesting because I'd love to put a microphone in front of Kevin O'Leary's face right now because he has not stopped taking up for Sam Bankman-Fried since this all started. I wonder if it had anything to do with that $15 million Kevin O'Leary got from Sam Bankman-Fried. Anyway, guys, so check it out. CNBC, FTX's Gary Wang, Alameda, Carolyn Elson plead guilty to federal charges, cooperating with prosecutors. They're not the only people that needs to go down, guys. I want to see Sam Bankman-Fried's parents go down next. I want to see Dan Friedberg go down. Look up Sam Bankman-Fried's parents and Dan Friedberg's involvement in all of this. And I want to see Gary Gensler go down because all this was happening right under Gary Gensler's nose. So he was either in on it or he's just incompetent. Possibly both. Anyway, so this is from Yahoo. Alameda's Carolyn Elson, FTX Gary Wang plead guilty to DOJ fraud charges. Also settle with the SEC and the CFTC. All right, guys, a positive story from CoinDesk. Gary Kasparov, Bitcoin will remain as a standard. The chess grandmaster, as a speaker at CoinDesk Consensus Festival in June, expects a basket of coins to replace the dollar within a decade. So, guys, this is a world chess grand champion. And apparently, he says it's like the dot-com bubble. 99% will be gone, but those that survive will be the Googles of the world. That's interesting that he brought up Google, guys, that, the cryptos that survive this crypto winter will be the Googles of the world, because check out this next story, guys. Check out this next story. So this is from Yahoo News, guys. Google hires former BlockFi crypto executive for Web3. And this is what it says in the article, guys, that Google Cloud aims to enable the Web3 ecosystem, which encompasses companies looking to build new web uses and applications on blockchain technology by supporting development, transactions, storage, and deployment of new products, a spokesperson said via email last month. Its customers include top cryptocurrency and Web3 related outfits such as Coinbase Global, Dapper Labs, Sky Mavis Inc., Nelson, and Hedera. That's a project we've been talking a lot about the last couple episodes. So, guys, again, all these people saying crypto's going to zero, it's going to be outlawed. You don't think Google knows? Google's incorporating an entire Web3 ecosystem. You don't think Google knows what time it is? You don't think Google knows what's going to happen next? They just hired somebody to lead Web3 development. Again, guys, these are the stories that you got to really look at behind the scenes and not focus so much on what the price is. So we got to understand the geopolitical climate of what's going on. We got to understand the chess pieces that are happening behind the scenes and not worry so much about retail sentiment, not worry too much about, what your coworker says about crypto, what people who know nothing about it say, what any of these talking heads say about it, because they don't know what they're talking about, guys. The big players are incorporating this technology. The fourth industrial revolution is happening. We are moving to this new system, and Bitcoin and crypto, they will exist. They will exist in whatever CBDC draconian world we go to. All these systems will still exist. This is from Forbes. Bitcoin will remain a standard. Chess World Grand Champion. So this is he's an avid believer in cryptocurrencies. So definitely go read this article, guys, because very, very interesting. He's implementing NFTs as well as crypto. And last story I'll leave you with, guys, Warner Bros. Announced Game of Thrones digital collectibles. So back in November, Warner Bros. And NFT platform Nifty announced their partnership for Game of Thrones digital collectibles. So as y'all know, guys, Game of Thrones is one of the most popular shows. Implementing an NFT strategy, I've told you on this channel that every single company, guys, you've seen the success of the Trump NFT, how much money they were able to raise so quick, just like that. I believe like over $45 million in like a day. Now Game of Thrones is doing it. So every movie, every television show, everything's going to the blockchain. Anyway, guys, if you made this far in the video, drop me a 100 emoji in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, y'all. I'm Classic Kev, y'all. I'm out. Peace.